So he just talked about the governor, didn't he? All right, let me look at this. Are we ready? I'm going to point. I'm going to point. I'm going to point. You guys are not clapping enough. Let's go! Come on! Clap Stefanowski!
Thank you very much. So I'll tell you, it's been quite a whirlwind week. It's easy to get a big head after you see a video like that, but I've got 3 daughters, 24, 19, and 15, and one of my commercials was on the other day, and it wasn't one of the attack ads, it was one of the good ones, and so my daughter starts to fast forward through. I said, "That's me." She's like, "Dad, I'm so tired of seeing you on TV. I want to get..." So we stopped it, and one of my daughters, the 3 of them were there, one of them said, "Well, I noticed a little makeup on your eye." And then the second daughter said, "You know, Dad, when you look at it, you really have no upper lip." And then my third daughter said, "You know, sometimes you look like a turtle." So, I hope there's no Democrats in the crowd that'll be used against me, but thank you very much for coming. The last time I was up here was the debate, actually, and I remember talking to Lee about the debate. I was real nervous. That was the first one I had ever done, and it turned out okay. I can tell you what I'm not going to be nervous about, though, is debating Ned Lamont in September. I mean, think about this guy. The first thing he says he's going to do on WPLR, on tape, is put tolls in and raise taxes. I mean, he is going to be a continuation of our current governor, Mr. Malloy, and he's probably going to be worse. So it was a bit of a bruising primary, but I can tell you after Tuesday night, every single person I've talked to in the Republican Party, whether they're supporting Tim Herbst or Mark Boughton or David Stemmerman or Steve Obsitnik, they said, "Okay, that's behind us. We got to rally behind the party. We got to get the vote out, and we're going to do it. We got to beat Ned Lamont. There's no way we can let this guy win." Lee told me I have about an hour and a half to talk, so I'll try to go quickly. No, just 3 things we really need to do. We have to reduce taxes in this state. We are being taxed to death. We're the only state in the nation that has an estate tax and a gift tax. We got a cigarette tax, we got a gas tax, we got a conveyance tax. They want to put a tire tax in. They want to toll us. I mean, there are more taxes in this state than any other state in the union. It is time for that to change. Getting rid of the state income tax, I'll start by saying it's an aspirational goal, but I'll also say we can absolutely do it. This state worked perfectly well before 1991 with no state income tax when Lowell Weicker put it in. In the 15 years prior to that tax, we were the fastest growing state in the nation. 25 years, we're second slowest. We have to do the exact opposite of what Dan Malloy has been doing for the last 8 years. Number 2, we need to look at the cost side. We need to be fair to people. We need to think about it, but we have to get costs out of the state. Hartford and government are too big. We got to start to make it smaller. I was the CFO of UBS Investment Bank. We took $1 billion of cost out. And if I can get $1 billion of cost out of a relatively well-run company, I guarantee you I can get it out of the state of Connecticut with this CEO before. And then number 3, taxpayer bill of rights. Term limits, referendum, initiative, recall, give the power back to the back to the people of Connecticut. Get it back in your hands. So you're going to have a great panel coming up. J.R. Romano is on it. He's been absolutely terrific. We have to rally Republicans to get this done. And not only win the governor race. My biggest fear is that I win the governor race and I don't have a majority in the House and the Senate. Because it'll be horrible. Look at what this Senate and House have been able to do. We had a tie in the Senate. Can you imagine the budget we would have ended up with if we hadn't had a tie in the Senate? They had a great budget, a Republican budget, and our favorite governor vetoed it. But arguably, those 2 elections are more important than the gubernatorial race. So think about those as well. We got some great reps here, some great reps back here. I keep trying to get Lee to run, but I can't convince him. But I'll just close with, I just want to thank everyone. It's actually humbling to be the representative of the Republican Party. I ran as an outsider, I'll admit it. I respected the convention, I went outside it, but I'll tell you, I cannot be prouder to be the representative of this party. I can tell you I'm going to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week between now and that election. I'm going to kick the pants off Ned Lamont in the debates coming up. And I promise you, I'm going to run the state with conservative Republican fiscal discipline, lower spending, less taxes, small government, give the power back to the people. Let's turn this state around. We've had enough of this nonsense. So I'm going to turn it back to my buddy Lee. You got a great panel coming up. I'm going to mingle. Anybody want to talk out there? Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for your attention. Let's beat this guy in November.
Yay! Oh, great job. Good job. Stefanowski, we had a million things to do today. You wanted to come, so again, big round of applause. All right.